What's up YouTube? Capital G here. Got a couple of quick duels for you guys to check out. Our first duel is going to be super destructive based, as we got a couple of decks that just want to pop cards on the field all day and night. We know about Fire Kings. They're not super popular anymore, but they do have a lot of destruction because of cards like High Avatar Garunix that can pop monsters on your opponent's side of the field every single standby phase. And Fire Kings don't want to just blow your opponent's monsters up. They want to destroy everything on the field, including themselves. And then we have the Bakura deck, and this deck is pretty destruction based as well because of the Cursed Necrofear and because of the the Dark Spirit cards. Basically, they can just get monsters from your graveyard, or they can just add themselves back to the hand based on cards going to your graveyard, and they're kind of destruction based as well. The Bakura deck actually has a backup and or alternative win condition, and that would be Destiny Board. And if you play against a deck that doesn't have a lot of back row removal, you can actually pull it off. You'll see maybe that's in this duel. So I believe the Bakura deck is up first, and this is a nice little play here. So you summon your Doomdog Octros and just take it, go into a card like Link Karibo, and boom, or excuse me, Link Karibo, that is a different card, goes into Salamangreat Almirage, and that gets you a monster on board, and it also gets you a search as well, because anytime it goes to the graveyard from the field, gets you a free search. Now, his opponent thought he was going to be able to just run over this Almirage, but no, he has the Cursed Necrofear in the graveyard, and you could potentially protect it with Almirage. He opts not to. I guess he just wanted to summon it back during the end phase, and this is a cheeky play here, right? So he flips over to Destiny Board, and he's going to get his Spirit Message, but this means, well, it means now he has two face-up cards in his back row, and when Cursed Necrofear is summoned, guess what? She gets to pop two cards. So bye-bye to those cards. Now, since it's a destruction-based duel, Garunix is going to come back. It's going to blow up the field. When Cursed Necrofear goes to the graveyard, that Dark Spirit is going back to the hand, and then Barong, it was destroyed, so it's going to activate an effect as well. Cursed Necrofear going to hit the field again because she was destroyed by the Garunix, so this is actually not working out for the Fire King player. He keeps destroying Cursed Necrofear, but she actually wants to be destroyed because she gets to come back every turn. By the way, this is just why you need to play Spell and Trap removal, man. You end up facing down random Destiny Board. You can't kill the Cursed Necrofear because she keeps on cock blocking you, and it seems like every turn she makes it to the end phase in the graveyard, she's gonna come back and she's gonna nuke the field. And actually, this is how the deck was supposed to be played. You progressively get more destruction. COA has 3 cards, but he has 3 cards on field. Well, now that the Destiny Board keeps adding letters, he's going to keep getting additional pops. So bye-bye to your entire field, and he's just going to keep stacking those Cursed Necrofears. I mean, if he would have had maybe Called by the Grave, which is super effective against the Bakura deck, this might not have been a problem, but as long as you keep using destruction, it's kind of like you're running your head at a wall, because when you try to go into the battle phase, either you're going to be blocked by her, which your opponent can special summon when you're trying to attack her, and then she just comes back as she's done a billion times this duel, or your opponent eventually gets the Dark Sanctuary, and then you just don't want to attack at all, because that's like a field spell Mirror Force that can also do burn damage. So he's going to try to find an answer here, but I just don't think it's going to happen, and he is on the clock. By the way, this is why I like to play one copy sometimes of Sacred Phoenix of Nethys in my Fire King deck, just in case you need the back. If he had the back row removal, he'd be perfectly fine, but one more turn and he has figured out the way to spell death or final in the TCG. Why couldn't we have death? Seriously, it's not like Yu-Gi-Oh! As a franchise isn't, I mean, they have tons of death in the anime. I know characters don't traditionally stay dead very long in the anime. Everybody gets revived like it's Dragon Ball or something, but I don't understand why they made death in the final. Anyways, that duel is over, and now we got Megalith Exodia featuring the Adamanicaptors. This is really interesting, and there's so many things in this duel to check out. First off, Exodia and Adamanicaptors and also Megalith all in the same deck. I was like, what the heck? I mean, I guess it does kind of make sense because you can run, the Megalith archetype is ritual based. That means you can run ARA, and then you can also use like your Exodia pieces to potentially send those to the graveyard. That's not what's going to be done here. Megaliths are an archetype that I think post Eternity Code have so much potential. But look, I think I've said this before, and I'm going to say it again, and you guys will probably eventually get sick of me saying this. Don't be surprised if Block Dragon gets banned. Block Dragon is basically a dragon ruler. It's the 5th dragon ruler, the unofficial dragon ruler. The card is ridiculous, and it's gotten so much stronger in recent times, mainly because of like these two archetypes. Megaliths use Block Dragon as a staple because they're all level 4 and level 8, so you can search them. They're also rock and earth. And then we have the Adamanicaptors, which is another deck that's like really good, and it uses them. And basically you just send Block Dragon to the graveyard and you get yourself a whole bunch of searches. In this instance, he uses them to search the Adamanicaptors, and that opens up that side of the deck. And we know how Adamanicaptors don't have any restrictions. Megaliths don't have any either. Megaliths probably didn't need the restrictions, but Adamanicaptors probably did. This is another example of why Adamancipator probably should have had some restrictions, because if nothing else, they just give you a whole lot of fodder, and then you can eventually go for something like Sorry Just Skull Dread. Now this play probably shouldn't be like, this shouldn't be a thing, because personally I think Konami should have hit Sorry Just Skull Dread to 1 like they did in the OCG. But so you're just gonna be one of those cards that like everyone forgets is still kind of low-key broken, and it's going to end up skating on a bunch of ban lists, and it allows for this. But yeah, we got Exodia first turn, and every single piece except the head was actually hard drawn. Didn't have to send anything to the graveyard or any of that nonsense. Just you know, go for Saryuja a lot of times. Now obviously this play is kind of flimsy because from what I can tell, it's fairly susceptible to like every hand trap. I mean, you can probably play through an Ash Blossom and Joyous Springs because you do have enough search plays, and I don't think your opponent can stop all of them. However, if your opponent has something like Frame Gear Gamma, which can not only stop a search probably, but also destroy a monster, or if your opponent has Droll and Lockbird, then you're pretty much just done. Anyways, let's pause for one quick second. Let's check out this deck. Okay, so this is what the deck looks like on paper. By the way, I know that I've gotten some comments asking, Cap, why are you still using the old YGO Pro? Guys, I do have Project Ignis. I do have the new version of YGO Pro. It's just some people have still sent me duels on the old YGO Pro, and I don't want to just like throw away the duels. But eventually I will shift over to just using the new one. But for the time being, I am using a mixture of the two, and I'll make a video for those of you guys who you know, you don't know about the new YGO Pro, because eventually this one just isn't going to work anymore. I believe it is after the first week of May. The old YGO Pro is just not going to update, and all the servers are going to be turned off, and everything's just going to shift to the new one. So anyways, let's look at this. We got a Sonic Bird sighting. My goodness, I have not seen this card in ages, man. I feel like I don't think I ever saw this card once we got to like the, no, you know what, I think, yeah, no, yeah, it saw a little play during GX because of the Demise deck. But I was gonna say, this is a DM card. This is from Magic Ruler, if I'm not mistaken, and obviously we got Exodia. We've got just a couple of Adamanicaptors. You know, I guess if you're just going to search them from Block Dragon, you know, it makes, wow, it's so good, the fact that all of these cards are, you know, they're all even levels too. So that works out perfectly with Block Dragon. Maybe that's the reason that this whole thing works, because I know that's kind of how it goes with Megaliths. Megaliths would have been good with Block Dragon regardless, but the fact that all of the monsters are even levels works perfectly with the level 8. And I guess you could say the same thing with the Adamanicaptors. I guess I never put that together, that you have 4s in Adamanicaptors, and then you also have level 2s. So, you know, with Block Dragon, you add up to level 8. So it works perfectly. Anyways, we got we got a bunch of ritual stuff. These are all things you always see associated with ritual decks. Extra Foolish Burial, Pre-Preparation of Rites, ARA is used in this build because you play the normal monsters. Actually, nah, ARA is just good in Megaliths in general, because even the versions that I see run like Gem-Knight, Garnet, and stuff like that, because, you know, it works with Block Dragon. We've got the Megalith, not ritual spell, but kind of like a ritual spell. It special summons from the deck. And then we have a card I've never seen before. This is Earth Chance. I have no idea what set this is from. It kind of looks like a signer signal from like the Yu-Gi-Oh 5Ds anime. So just based on that and nothing else, I'm just gonna assume, or no, I'm gonna guess it's a 5Ds card, but it probably isn't. It's used to ritual summon any Earth Ritual monster, which obviously is the entire Megalith archetype. The reason that it is in here is specifically, I'm guessing, just to have another ritual card to search, because ARA is like the only pure ritual like spell in here. So I guess it can't hurt to just have another one. But anyways, if you guys are interested in this deck, of course, it will be in the description below. Here's what we need to do. Boom, boom. That's what Konami should have done. And then here's what's going to happen in the future. Where are you? There you go. Bam. There you go. Now you can't play the deck anymore because Block Dragon will probably be banned. I don't know. I'm gonna stay on the last ban list of the year. Once we have a format of Adamanicaptors and Megaliths like truly exploiting the card, I think no, we'll have probably 2 formats of that, and then Konami will be like, all right, Mr. Fake Dragon Ruler, you got to get out of here. Anyways, thank you guys for watching as always. Subscribe if you have not already. You know what? I fucking hate this card. So we're going to go ahead and take Halifibrax out as well. Thank you guys for watching as always. Subscribe if you have not already and turn on that notification bell for daily videos.